Oh yo, what's up fellow Taoists, and welcome back to the Donghua family home base. So, after more than 200 years of non-stop grinding to level up, old devil Hanli finally remembered the password to his hometown. This time, he wasn't back to farm monsters, but to check up on his original server and see how his clones were doing. At the end of the last episode, to prove he was the real deal, Hanli pulled a light flex. A stream of spiritual light automatically flew out, grabbed the ancient manuscript from the cabinet, and brought it over like an Amazon Prime delivery. This magic trick made the two mortals' jaws drop to the floor, their eyes wide and their souls practically leaving their bodies. While Han Tui was still buffering Lafong, the guy who had clearly read the newbie guide vaguely recognized the aura of a big boss. He immediately bowed down, his voice a mix of fear and inquiry, like a security guard on duty. Excuse me, sir. Are you an immortal from the legends? If so, according to the rules, VIP players like you shouldn't interfere with the map of us commoners. Could you please present your cultivator license for verification? This is a serious matter. We're afraid of getting caught in an online scam. Hearing this, Hanli smirked, the gaze of an old monster who's lived longer than a cockroach seeing through 200 years of history. Oh, so you actually know about cultivators, not bad. It seems the scroll is right. You're definitely the alt account of Li Feiyu's descendants. The cultivation world is small. Who knew his daughter would marry into our Han clan server? I was too busy training back then to pay attention. You want a token? That's a bit tough. I was in a hurry to climb the leaderboards and left home in a rush. Had nothing in my pockets but a few elixir vials. Besides, Brother Li and I just left him on read and ghosted him. No goodbyes or anything. Hearing this, Lafong jumped in shock. Elixirs? Could it be that the few vials of ecstasy pills, elixirs on our family's ancestral altar were left by you, senior? Hanli let out a sigh, the kind that says, I tried my best, but my team was just too heavy. That year, your ancestor was a martial arts master but liked to play risky, using the marrow extraction pill as a cheap buff. Even with the health potions I left him, I couldn't carry his crappy HP bar. Having been eavesdropping this whole time, Han Tui finally came up with an idea and spoke. If you are really our fourth ancestral uncle, this junior has a way to do a DNA test. An identity test. Our family has kept some vintage items from the ancestors. If you recognize them, senior, we'll call you grandpa. Old stuff, huh? Bring it out. I left a long time ago. My memory's getting old. Not sure what I can still remember. Don't worry, senior. It's all stuff from when our ancestors were dirt poor. A moment later, a tray covered in red cloth was brought out, carrying a pile of antiques. The moment Hanli saw them, a flood of memories returned like watching an old sitcom. He spoke calmly. I recognized more than half of this junk. This crappy little bow and arrow belonged to my second older brother, Hanju. He loved using it to shoot birds. This wooden hairpin was my mom's, a limited edition back in the day. And this little pouch is... Before Hanli could finish his trip down memory lane, Han Tui quickly pulled Lafong down, and they started kowtowing like woodpeckers on a tree, shouting, Oh, great ancestor. It is us, your blind descendants, who failed to recognize the big boss. We beg for your forgiveness. Please don't ban our accounts. Seeing that the two had recognized him, Hanli was filled with emotion. He was happy the family clones were still continuing the bloodline, but also sad about the huge gap between a VIP player and a newbie. He decreed, Back when I left to cultivate, I never expected you all to grow the family into such a powerful guild. Alright, get up, your knees will get sore if you keep kneeling. Hearing this, Han Tui hurriedly said, It is we who are untalented, for not knowing our great ancestor was still online. Otherwise, we would have sent people to bring you back to the retirement home already. Hanli waved his hand, trying to look cool. A retirement home is unnecessary. I'm just here to check in for a bit, then I'm leaving. It's a shame I scanned the whole clan and nobody has a spiritual root. Their talent stat is 0. No luck, I guess. Otherwise, I would have taken one or two of you as disciples to carry the team. Oh well, these are mortal affairs. I shouldn't get involved. With that said, Hanli glanced at Lafong, tapped his storage pouch, and put on the air of a genuine sugar daddy. Li Feiyu and I were good bros back in the day. Since you've been protecting my descendants so well, I won't treat you poorly. Take these ecstasy pills, elixirs. Go share them with your guild members to boost your combat power. Lafong delightedly accepted the gift, thanking him profusely. Seeing this, Han Tui's eyes lit up, and he looked at Han Li like a puppy begging for a treat. Han Li chuckled. He lightly patted his spirit beast pouch.
Boom.
A loud noise erupted, and 1,000 gold-devouring beetles swarmed out like an angry hive, their killing intent so immense it made the two mortals' blood pressure drop. Then, Han Li waved his hands, and a swarm of bugs assembled, transforming Swing into an awesome-looking sword. He handed it to Han Tui and began reading the user manual. This sword is made of my pets. It has an auto-hunt mode. I'll leave it in the Ancestral Hall. If your guild is ever facing a game-over situation, just drag everyone inside and hide. This sword will take care of the rest. But listen carefully, you noob. Once this sword is unsheathed, everything within a 10-mile radius, except the hall, will be deleted, wiped from existence. Also, it only has 3 uses, like a power bank. After 3 uses, it self-destructs, turns back into bugs, and flies back to me. Oh, and only the person holding this VIP pass, this jade pendant, can unsheath it. Finally, Han Li gave each of them a vial of longevity potions, hacking their lifespan to over 100 years. Before logging out, he took a last look at the ancestral portraits, then transformed into a streak of light and yeeted himself into the sky, leaving behind 2 mortals who were still trying to process what in the world had just happened. And that's all the drama from episode 164 of A Record of a Mortal's Journey to Immortality. What do you all think of old Devil Han Li's gift-giving spree? Leave a comment and let the Donghua family know. Finally, goodbye and see you next time, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss our next hilarious videos.